Hey gut feelers! Today we're going to talk about Hashimoto, hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism and everything that comes together with thyroid issues. I've structured this video for you in two parts. In the first part, I'm going to give you a clue what's really behind your Hashimoto's, which is not your body attacking itself. The second part, I'm going to give you 3 steps that you can do right now to get started, to heal your body naturally, to get a little bit more independent from your thyroid medication. However, I do not give any advice on how to take your thyroid medication. Always consult with your doctor. If not, I'm going to end up in jail, which I don't want to. Are you ready for this, guys? Let's go. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Peggy. Welcome to Gut Feelings. On the channel, we help you to detox your body from toxins and to help you heal your gut so you have all the energy you need at any time in your life. Now, let's start with looking into the first part of this video. What is this whole Hashimoto thing all about? What is really behind all those diagnoses and the struggle that is connected with it? Now, if you're watching this video, I guess you know what Hashimoto is. I guess you know what hypothyroidism is. Now, what doctors tell you, I studied medicine, by the way, if you don't know that, check out the video with the credentials. So a little bit I know how medicine works and what they are thinking about stuff. Here's what no doctor will tell you. I give you a translation. Autoimmune, this is what the doctor says. What he actually means, I don't know. I don't know. We have no idea what really happens in the thyroid. We just found out, oh, there is some swelling, oh, there is some inflammation, and second, oh, there are antibodies present when people have thyroid issues. This is all we found. The jump from, oh, there are antibodies present to, oh, the body is attacking itself is completely random. It's just a way of explaining something that we don't understand. This information comes from Anthony William, medical medium, who dedicated his life to help people really get behind all those mystery illness. He has a gift, and for me, when I read his stuff and I work with clients, first of all, it works. Second of all, I also got an intuition. It just resonates with every cell of my body. So if you haven't checked out this book yet from Anthony Williams called Thyroid Healing, I'm going to link you that down below. Please make sure you do. If you have any kinds of thyroid issue, it's so helpful. They give you so many more details that I can't give you in this video. So what's really going on here with your thyroid? I'm gonna make this short. It's pathogens attacking your thyroid. It's not your body attacking itself. Doesn't make sense at all, doesn't it? Where do you see this out there in nature? Anywhere that nature is attacking its own creation. It doesn't make sense at all. So it's not just thyroid issues. There is no autoimmune diseases. It's a label invented by medical science because they don't know, and I can't admit it because they are the experts, right? You have to have an answer. Guys, don't go crazy in the comments right now. I don't need you to believe me. I want you to make your own experience, try this out yourself, check out the book that I recommended from Anthony Williams, and you're gonna feel better. You're gonna see improvements if you follow those steps. So what's happening here? In the case of thyroid, it's a virus called Epstein-Barr, which comes from the herpes family. You might know that with mononucleosis. Kissing disease also is a name for it. Most people don't even notice it. They start getting in contact with it the first time. This virus goes through different stages. One stage is that it's in your liver. That's why you also can't test it in the blood. So don't go out there, do another testing for Epstein-Barr. You might find some antibodies, but you probably, if you already have Hashimoto's, you probably won't find it in the blood because it's not in the blood anymore. It's in your tissue. It's eating the tissue. Not your antibodies are eating the tissue. The virus is eating the tissue. The antibodies are there to protect your thyroid. The different stages when Epstein-Barr, this virus from the herpes family, transitions out of the liver into the thyroid. The body does everything to prevent the virus to move to the thyroid because this is such a sensitive organ. The liver is pretty strong and can hold a lot, but if it's overburdened and gets more toxins and less sleep and more stress and less nutrients, then at some point it can't hold back and the virus travels to the thyroid. This is when people start having thyroid symptoms. So often it starts with hypothyroidism and can develop into Hashimoto. It's just a continuum of this vicious cycle. The autoantibodies that doctors find in your blood, what they actually do is they go after the virus. They attack the virus. The virus is the one that creates those nodules, that creates tumors, that creates cysts, that destroys the tissue of the thyroid in case of Hashimoto, and it's also the one that creates this inflammation. If you want to know more about it, again, check out Thyroid Healing, such a thick book. There's also an Audible version which is for free. If you're a new member of Audible, link you everything down below so you can check that out yourself. Now, what we want to do on this channel, I love to be practical. I love to give you like something that you can do right now to get started in the right direction. 3 things to focus on first. And if you're going to stick to me to the end, I'm also going to give you a bonus tip, which is the foundation of all of those 3 healing steps to make them more effective. Are you ready, guys? Let's go. Number 1, guys, this is the most challenging. Understand that medicine does not know what causes your thyroid issue. It's just a label. Genetics are a label, autoimmune is a label. It's a brainwash thing. The first thing you have to do is get out of this mindset. You have to stop believing that you are a victim of your own body. Now, how to do that? I recommend find people, Google it, find people who healed from Hashimoto's, find people who healed from thyroid issues, and looking out for somebody who can support you on this healing journey. Maybe that is through books, Anthony Williams, for example, or you find a naturopath either online or in your city to work with who's like open-minded, who doesn't tell you the same thing all over again, but who knows that your body can heal and is actually able to support it. First thing, regain the trust in your own body, and this is not easy, I know. And with that also comes regaining trust in that you can find help. Nature is there to help you. So apart from that, you get this autoimmune stamp on your face or on your thyroid. You also often get, don't eat this, this is dangerous, although it's a super healing food. We're gonna go to that right now in number 2, diet. Diet, guys, is super important. In the second part, we talk about first 3 foods you need to avoid because they are actually feeding the virus, they are feeding pathogens in your body, and they make it harder for you to heal or impossible. The second under part is what should you eat? Because often people tell me, don't just give me ingredients, give me a whole meal plan. That's what I'm going to do. I tell you exactly what I would eat: breakfast, dinner, lunch, the other way around. So you actually have a good idea from how to include all those healing foods. And then in the third part, I haven't mentioned that yet, we talk about supplements and herbs to include. And then of course there's this bonus tip, right? Second part, let's talk about what you should eat to heal. And I know, again, that might trigger like some red flags because your doctor said, don't eat this, don't eat this. This vegetable contains something that is against your thyroid, that makes your thyroid inflame more. Forget about that, guys. Forget about that. Nature is there to heal you. Take a deep breath and let's look into breakfast. What would I eat for breakfast if I have thyroid issues? I would do a smoothie because smoothie is easy and you can put different ingredients in. Berries, 1 cup of berries. Berries, already the color is amazingly healing. I can't tell you like for every ingredient why it's so healing because if not, this video would be forever. So berries in there. A frozen banana, needs to be ripe, an unfrozen banana, and then you want to put in at least 1 cup of spinach, fresh leafy greens. You can also put in more herbs and coconut water. You blend this all up and you drink it in the morning after you did, if you want to do lemon water or celery juice in the beginning, then you do that and the smoothie after. Great way to start thyroid healing morning. It's just a simple one. There can also be more healing ingredients in it. What to eat for lunch? Lunch, you want to go a big salad, for example, with kale and spinach, and lots of herbs, parsley in there, cilantro in there, dill in there. All those herbs, they are incredibly antiviral. So the more herbs, the better. Tomatoes, cucumbers want to be in there. Sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, they are super mild and they also support, of course, your gut bacteria. And they give you those micronutrients. All of those foods contain healing properties which help to restore this gland and also help your immune system to get better. Because if you have a thyroid issue, the worst thing you can do, and sorry, all the medication for the doctors, what they do is just the opposite. You don't want to suppress your immune system because your immune system is working for you. It's not working against you. This is so sad when I see this and I have friends who do like the thyroid medication thing and it's going the opposite way. You want to support your immune system. Working for you, it's attacking the virus. That's lunch. So with the lunch as well would be great artichokes. Amazing liver and adrenal and thyroid healing food. And asparagus. You can cook them and then put them on the salad. For dressing, I like fresh squeezed lemon and a little bit avocado, mashed up or put in a blender. And then, guys, don't freak out. put some sea vegetables on it. The best thing that Anthony Williams also recommends is Atlantic dulse. The Pacific is a little bit too polluted, so Atlantic is better. And guys, this is iodine, which is in there apart from other micronutrients that we haven't even talked about yet. This iodine helps to heal your thyroid, no matter if you have hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, or already Hashimoto's, it's gonna help you. Atlantic dulse flakes or kelp if you have that. Lunch, nutrients, big salad. Dinner, soup, easy digestion. And in the soup, I would like you to put potatoes, very healing for the thyroid, garlic, incredibly antiviral, and relax, deep breath. Let go of what you heard before. Yes, cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables are not to blame for anything. No matter what thyroid disease that you have, they are beneficial. Soup, for example, with broccoli or cauliflower or Brussels sprouts or kale or cabbage. Make that a creamy soup. You can blend it up with the garlic. You can also put a little bit of coconut oil in there if you need that for the absorption from the beta-carotenes, which are in there as well. But this is just like an example of what you can eat throughout the day. So smoothie first, then you have a big salad and you have a soup. And of course, in between, you can always snack on healing foods, celery, cucumber, fruits, dates. Now, what you shouldn't eat if you want to heal your thyroid issues. Free foods, eggs, because they feed those nodules. They feed pathogens like Epstein-Barr and everything connected to that. So also resistant strains of strep, which is a bacteria. Same goes for dairy products, even ghee. So don't ask me in the comments if ghee is great. No, it's not if you have a thyroid issue. It's better than cheese, but it's still not helpful. Milk, cheese, yogurt. Yes, yogurt as well. There are better ways to get your probiotics than eating yogurt. Sprouts, for example. And the third one is gluten. Bread, pasta, whatever you can imagine with gluten. Cake, of course, which contains all of those three. One step at a time. You know, if you can't get everything out already, just every step counts. You have your own timing. I just let you know what would be the best way to start. And third, last but not least, after we talked about the diet, third part is supplements. My number one supplement for the immune system and for healing your thyroid, killing off Epstein-Barr is zinc. Yes, zinc. It's a heavy metal, but it's a healthy heavy metal. It's a trace mineral that most of us, like 80% at least of the population, are lacking in because it's not there anymore. It's not in the soil anymore. We don't eat enough zinc foods. Even if we would, there's not enough zinc. Zinc is one. The other one is colloidal silver. I have a video on both of them, which I link in the description below under videos to watch. So make sure to check them out if you want to know more details about it, why it's great for the thyroid. Both of them kill the virus. Both of them kill other related pathogens like strep, for example, which often comes together. They also, guys, I haven't mentioned this with the whole thyroid issue. Often you also have an issue with toxic heavy metals accumulating in your liver or in your thyroid, in your brain. They can be anywhere. Here's the thing that most people don't know. Healthy heavy metals like zinc and silver, if your body is depleted in those, the body is also exposed more to things like mercury. Yeah, just think air pollution is just one thing. Or chicken, antibiotics with loads of toxic heavy metals in there. The body will always prefer the healthy heavy metals, but if it doesn't have them, then it's more likely to bind to the toxic heavy metals. This is because they have a very similar chemical structure. So amp up zinc and colloidal silver. Link you everything down below again. You can also have a look in the shop. I'm going to create a new section there. Quite a lot of healthy supplements and herbs that you can take to support your thyroid, much more than I could mention in this video. But those are the ones to get started with, and you find them in the shop as well. Now, 3 more recommendations for healing herbs that you can take for thyroid to get started. Ashwagandha, which helps to balance your thyroid and also helps to heal your adrenals, which they super much go together. Second one is licorice root as a tea or as a capsule. I don't care as long as it's organic, which is able to kill the virus and also balance your adrenals. Then as a routine every evening, the best thing is to be on lemon balm tea. Lemon balm, apart from that it relaxes your nervous system, is also helpful because it also kills the Epstein-Barr virus. It balances the thyroid and it prepares you for sleep. This is where most of the healing happens. Now guys, before we come to the bonus content, the number one thing that helps you after you integrated all of those 3 steps, that lifts everything up to a new level and that you actually really need if you want to heal from Hashimoto's or any other thyroid issues. We'll talk about that in a second. If you like this content and you aren't a subscriber yet, consider hitting the subscribe button now and also turning on the notification bell. You will get notified every week when I put out new content to help you heal your gut, detox your body, so you have more energy no matter where you are in life right now. Please do that now. Also, if you liked it so far, give me a thumbs up. That really means a lot to me. It's a good feedback that this content is helpful. Last but not least, guys, bonus content. Number one thing to help you heal from any chronic illness. As I mentioned in point number one, this that your body is not attacking itself is really important, but then also when your body recovers, it needs more energy for itself. What you want to bring in massively is kindness. This is the best word that describes it for me. Kindness with yourself, that you might first feel worse before you feel better, or it might go like this. Healing doesn't happen like this. It's like this, and it goes up a little bit more, it goes down. But you're going to be, for this consistency, you're going to need kindness. One of the best ways to express this kindness to yourself on a daily basis is sleep. There are 4 hours which are the most important for your healing work that your body does, and this is from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Even if you can't sleep between those hours yet, your body will condition itself. Having your eyes closed, lying in bed, as dark as possible, as quiet as possible, fresh air, just lying there and giving yourself this allowance to heal. You want to be gentle with what you tell your body. It's able to heal itself. Even if you don't believe it, it still does the job. But with your backup, you can also boost up your immune system through what you think, what you believe. It's not just what you eat. Okay, guys, I hope this video was valuable for you. Let me know in the comments below. Question of the day: what is your first healing step that you take out of this video, or that you started with improving your Hashimoto or other thyroid issues? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know. Wish you a beautiful day. Happy healing. I believe in you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.